tripping like Tori need to stay in her lane. How you love me, but don't know my name, cuz. Please like, share, and subscribe. Yo, what up? It's your boy Amir. This is our first cooking video. I'm ready to get into it. If you ready to get into it, you know what I'm saying? So I hope y'all appreciate the good cooking we about to do. What we cooking today is some oxtails, some Pikliz, some rice and beans, and some Jamaican beef patties. You know what I'm saying? It's really like that for real. Alright, first what we're gonna do, we're gonna clean our oxtails. Get some white vinegar, pour your white vinegar all over it. Just like that. You're gonna get it all up in that motherfucker. Just like that. So the reason why we put in the vinegar is to clean the oxtails. So when we eat the oxtails, it won't make us sick, pretty much. Alright, bet the next thing we're gonna do is pour our water all over the oxtails and pretty much just dump it all in there. So check it out. Pretty much the next thing we're gonna do, we're just gonna pour more water all over the oxtails. We're gonna hold on to the oxtails for dear life and make sure we mix it and get in there really good. Alright, cause let's keep it a bean. Oxtails is the best, at least top 5 best meat. So who wants to be eating one of the best meats in the world? Oxtails. And then their stomach is feeling like they got shanked. Like, just like that. Shanked right in your stomach and you eating one of the best meats in the world. That's like the worst feeling ever. For the best thing in the world to happen to you and then one of the worst things in the world to happen to you at the same damn time. Alright, next what we're gonna do is drain our meat. Just like that. Drain all that vinegar. And guess what's next? What we're gonna do next? Wash the meat. So what I want y'all to do now is we're gonna wash the oxtails one by one and mix it real good. Just like that. Just how grandma used to do it. See, big backs, big hands, big arms is good for something. Cause the ones with the big backs, big head, the ones with the big anything make the best food. Let's just be real. Heavy-handed, big-handed, they make the best food. Plus, they don't over-season their food, to be honest. Let's just keep it a bean. Let's keep it a buck. Big backs make the best food. Big backs is represented right now. I don't care what anybody say. Big back is in. But you know, eating healthy is a good thing too, though. So don't listen to me. You know, I'm a fool. A fool man is wise, or however the saying is. But after we done washing the oxtails one by one, we gonna cut up our bell peppers pretty much, and our onions and carrots. Let's go. Just like that. Cut up all our bell peppers, put it in one bowl. Next, we're gonna wash our carrots off. Just like that. Wash them real good because they have germs on them too. Next, we're gonna cut our carrots up. Just like that. Yep, just like that. Next, put your carrots in your bowl with your bell peppers, pretty much. And you're gonna put all of them because even the little pieces matter as well. And it's just overall good for you. Let's keep it a bean. Also, y'all, for the bell peppers, you can take them little peppers off because the peppers make it more spicy. But that's optional, of course. Let's cut up our next bell pepper. Oh my God, my words are so tongue twisted. Put the bell pepper in there, just like that. Let's do the onion next. We're gonna wash our onions off because I don't got no time to be having no blurry eyes and be feeling like Fetty Wap, have some messed up eyes and all that. Oh, Stevie, I wonder. So as y'all see, y'all gonna drain the water from your onions. Next, we're gonna cut the onions up. Just like that. Cut them bad boys up. No Will Smith, no Martin Lawrence. Alright, next, you know what we're gonna do next, right? Put the onions in the bowl. And then we're gonna put our leaves in there. The bay leaves, of course. How could we not? We're gonna open it. And yes, I had time struggling opening it because I don't know why. They wrapped that baby up good. I guess the scammers and trappers were trying to steal bay leaves. I don't know. But they wrapped it up good. Next, we're gonna use our minced garlic for show. Minced garlic is where it's at right now. You know what I'm saying? Put your minced garlic all over your stuff, just like that. The bay leaves, the onions, and the bell peppers. Put a few spoonfuls of it. Yes. Amen. Now we're gonna pour our water all over it. Yes. We're gonna put some jerk seasoning in there. Yes. Cause black is power, baby. All day. Alright, bet. So what we finna do next is we're gonna blend all that together in our blender, of course. So make sure that you get everything good in there. And y'all, I do want to put y'all on to this vegan mob cookbook. Pretty much this cookbook is showing how to make soul food, but it's vegan. So pretty much why I'm showing you guys this book, because I ordered this book to become healthier as a person, because I do need to eat healthier. And when I bought the book, it showed me amazing vegan dinners that can help me become more healthier. So I just don't, just be eating grease and fat and fried chicken and all that. You know how it go. Why not eat soul food that tastes like real food or real soul food, but it's healthy? Like imagine having vegan oxtails or vegan fried chicken. Anyways, gang, what we're gonna do next, we're gonna mix all that in the blender. We're gonna turn our blender on and it's gonna pretty much chop it all up or cut it all up like we in a deli pretty much. So also you want to put your hand on top of the blender to make it go a little bit more faster, or just pretty much help, because sometimes it helps for me. I don't know how y'all blender is, but that helped for me. But pretty much what we're gonna do, we're gonna blend all of our vegetables in the water and the onion and the seasonings as well, and anything else we put in there, or anything else you put in there if you wanted to add something to it, because you can also add your own seasonings, your own whatever it is. You can add anything you want as long as it go good with the food, of course, but it's for your liking, of course. I just had to mention that real quick. Damn, that thing look good. Look good, don't it? Type shit. Alright, we're gonna keep blending until it's the perfect mixture. Alright, next, so the first thing we're gonna do now is gonna get our meat and pour all of it all over the meat, aka the oxtails. Make sure you get every single drop, or try to get every single drop that you can. Get it all up in your bowl, your pot, whatever you're gonna use. I don't even care if you use a top, just whatever you're gonna use. Put it all up in them oxtails. Alright, gang, so the next thing we're gonna do is season pretty much our mixture that goes with the oxtail. These are all the seasonings and substances I use. So pretty much the first one we're gonna do. What's the first one? Come on. Complete seasoning. That's the first one. Onion powder. The next one we're gonna do is our curry powder for sure. And after that, we're gonna do some complete seasoning. And then after that, we're gonna put some Goya seasoning. And after that, for sure, we're gonna put some seasoned salt. Some turmeric powder. Some Crystal's hot sauce, of course. Some crushed red pepper. Some Creole seasoning. And last but least, salt. And some pepper. Like the rap group, pretty much. So pretty much this is before we put the seasonings in that bit on our mixture that goes with the oxtails. That's pretty much how it look. It look all beautiful. It look all sexy. Get it sexy. Get it sexy. Let me stop playing. Alright, gang, so we're pretty much gonna do now. We're gonna put our seasonings all over the mixture, all over the oxtail. We're gonna mix it real good after we done putting the seasonings all over it. So pretty much make sure you get it up in there real good. No, I'm dead ass for real. Cover it all over the mixture and the oxtails, because you do want to mix it real good when it's in there. Yes, and I'm dead ass like a diabetic with a sugar foot. I'm dead ass for real. So the next thing we pretty much gonna do is gonna put our garlic all over the mixture and the oxtails. Make sure that you get it all over the place pretty much in the mixture and the oxtails, because you do want to go do a good job for when it tastes good in there pretty much. The next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna add our turmeric powder, which is also good for the skin if you put it on your skin as well. That's a known fact, look it up. Next we're gonna add our red pepper all over, just like that. We're gonna add some soy sauce. Unexpectedly, but expectedly, soy sauce, pretty much. Alright, so what I want y'all to do now, y'all gonna mix all that together and mix it real good. Try your best. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna put the stove past medium. Then next we're gonna add more soy sauce. So after that, what we're gonna do, we're gonna add our lemon juice and pour it all over the mixture and the seasonings that we mixed already. After that, I add my jerk seasoning for more browning for it. And this is how it look after I stirred it all together pretty much. This the end result. You know what I'm saying? So after that, pretty much we're gonna put some grapeseed oil all up in our pot. Then what we're gonna do, we're gonna add our onion powder in the pot just like that with the grapeseed oil already in there. Then we're gonna add our soy sauce in there. Make sure you cover up the whole onion powder. We're gonna put our jerk seasoning up in there. Put some more jerk seasoning up in there. And that's how it's gonna look. And then we're gonna add some more jerk seasoning. And then that's it. Then we're gonna mix it and whip it real good. That'll never get old. I swear that'll never get old. And mix it with the grapeseed oil as well. And whip it in the kitchen like a stir fry. Woo! Alright, y'all, so pretty much we're gonna be stirring for about 3 to 5 minutes just to make sure it get in there real good, because we're getting it ready for the next process of cooking the oxtail. So after that, we're gonna put our Creole seasoning all up in there. We're gonna cover it real good. Then we're gonna add our other seasonings, pretty much. Just a little sprinkle here and there, you know what I'm saying? A little bit more sprinkle, some salt and some pepper, of course. Yes. Thank God and Jesus for allowing you to use your hands to even cook this blessing of a food. So pretty much we're gonna lower the temperature eventually so we don't burn our creation, the hard work that we just put in on this pot pretty much, and on the stove. And next we're gonna add our mixture that we created from earlier and put it in there. Then we're gonna put our oxtails in the pot with the other mixtures that we made from earlier pretty much.
Tonight, I'm chilling on the west side. Oh, call my home, girl, tell your best friend. Besides, on the low, no location. I don't want them seeing me getting faded. You should come through tonight. I only kick you with a tie. They won't tell, cause they're trying to live their best life too. On the low, on my own, I'll be waiting. Put me on the phone.
After that, pretty much we're gonna move it past medium again on the stove to get it more hot again, pretty much. Then we're gonna add more jerk seasoning for the more brownie. Then we're gonna move it up past medium again, pretty much. Alright, gang, so the next thing we're gonna mix it all together in the pot, and this is pretty much how it's gonna look after you mix everything together to make sure you get that good looking oxtails. You know what I'm saying? And after that, it's gonna be boiling a little bit. It's gonna be steaming a little bit mostly. But it's pretty much how it's gonna look when you mixing it or after you mixed it. The oxtails pretty much. And sorry about the mess, but I'm showing y'all the uncut and raw version of cooking in the kitchen with me. I make messes every time I cook. I'm just keeping it a bean, I'm keeping it a buck, I'm keeping it real, I'm keeping 100, I'm keeping 1,000. Next, we're gonna put our lemon juice up in the to give it that lemony flavor pretty much. But don't worry, bro or sister out there. It ain't gonna be too lemony, it's just for the flavor pretty much. So after that, what we're gonna do next is we're gonna add some water from a cup. And if you're using a regular cup, it'll just be half of a cup. And if you're using the actual measuring cup of 1 cup, it'll just be the full thing. And we're gonna pour that all over. And this is how it's gonna look after we mix everything and pour everything, season everything. This pretty much is the end result, if you get what I'm saying. Next, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna add more seasonings. Now, this is completely optional if you want more seasoning. If you don't want more seasoning, then that's okay, but I'm adding more seasoning to mine, you know, just to give it more flavor, even though we already have flavor, but I'm just adding more flavor for me. But if you do add more seasoning, please make sure that you mix it together, of course. I just wanted to make sure that y'all knew that, because you definitely gotta mix it together to make sure the flavor get in there more. Alright, bet we back. So pretty much what we're gonna do now, we're gonna cut up our carrots and our bell peppers. First thing I'm gonna do is cut up my carrots after I did wash them, of course. So we're gonna cut them up, of course. We're gonna put them in our oxtail. We're gonna stir that bell up and stir real good and make sure you get it all over the place in the oxtail mixture. Next, I'm gonna cut my red bell pepper. Then after that, I'm gonna cut my orange one. Just like that. And then next, after that, you know what I'm gonna do? Cut my other bell pepper and cut it the other one up next. Now we're gonna cut up our green one, because green is wealth, right? Then after we cut the green one, what we're gonna do next? Let me remember. Cut the onion up, just like that. Wash our onion, cut it up. Bam, just like motherfucking that. Then we're gonna put all the bell peppers and onions in the oxtails pretty much. So after that and making a mess, we're gonna stir it all together. And whip it in the kitchen like a stir fry. Woo! Whip it in the kitchen like a stir fry. Shout out to the Migos. Long live Takeoff, for real, for real. I've been throw up the sex in and I can put you in. I've been throw up the sex in So after that, we're gonna put our top over our food and let it boil for a little bit. So pretty much this is how it look after we take the top off. It look all beautiful and sexy. And also it's boiling and steaming a lot. So we're gonna mix it some more and get in there real good. And also don't forget to please like, share, subscribe, and tell me down in the comments any questions that you have. So this is the end product of the oxtails, pretty much. Next, what we finna do next is make our Pikliz, but it has a spin on it and it's very different. First, we're gonna chop our cabbage up. For sure. After that, we're gonna cut up our carrots pretty much. Cut them bad boys up real good. Then we're gonna check up on our oxtails and mix them real good. Even though they are done, I'm just gonna mix them real good because I do have a surprise to put it with my Pikliz pretty much. I'm gonna put some of my oxtails, bell peppers with my carrots pretty much in my onions that's chopped up. Now I'm gonna add some lemon juice to all of that together. Next, what we're finna do is add some salt pretty much. Add it all over there. Don't put too much though because you don't want it salty. Then we're gonna add our pepper. Bam, just like that. We're gonna add our seasoning, of course. Any seasoning that you want. This is completely optional, but I do recommend you seasoning. I don't want pull no trigger. I just want this, cause I can place. I don't want no. So next we're gonna put up our chopped up cabbage and put everything together and put some vinegar all over it. I recommend using a lot of vinegar because Pikliz has a lot of vinegar in it. Then we're gonna mix it all together and then add more vinegar. Alright, so after using my hands to mix it, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna get my cooking spoon and I'm gonna mix it all together a little bit. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of more vinegar. Alright, bet. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get half of our Pikliz that we just made. We're gonna put it in the blender pretty much, and we're gonna blend half of it, or at least a little bit of it. Alright, so after we blended half of it, we're going to put the other half back with the other half. And we're going to mix it all together pretty much. And this is how it's going to look after mixing it with my cooking spoon. So this is the aftermath of putting all the Pikliz together and mixing it correctly and seasoning it and blending it all together. So we're gonna check up on the oxtails. They're looking all good and looking all beautiful and looking all sexy as it should. For sure. So we're gonna mix it a little bit. Just, you know, play around with it just to see what's going on. Pause. Alright, so after that, we're gonna put our bay leaves with our oxtails and mix it all together. And make sure that you mix it real good. We're gonna keep on stirring it and mixing it pretty much. Alright, y'all, pretty much this is optional, but I'm gonna put some curry powder in my oxtails again, and I'm gonna stir it together. Alright, y'all, so this is pretty much how the kitchen looking since I've been cooking. It looks a hot mess, but I'm about to clean it though while I cook. Alright, so pretty much the next food we're gonna do is do our plantains. The plantain. First, you're gonna chop off the top part of the banana, and then chop off the bottom part of the banana. Alright, bet. What we're gonna do, we're gonna put that to the side for all the bananas that we're gonna do. We're gonna put all the bananas right there. Alright, bet. Then we're gonna cut it at a certain angle and degree. So pretty much just do it how I'm doing it. You don't just cut it normally like you normally would, just chop it in like a circle, but you're gonna cut it into like something similar to a parallelogram. Alright, bet. The first thing we're gonna do now, put some butter in our pan. We're gonna put some beans in our pan because we're cooking the beans now. This is probably the most easiest thing you can do when cooking this dinner, pretty much. Also, I do want to apologize for the noise. That is my little brother in the background, sorry. But anyways, the next thing we're gonna do is stir our beans together, and then we got another surprise for the beans that's very unexpected. Next, we're gonna put our seasoning in the beans. You know, to give the beans a little bit of extra flavor, like you put seasoning in your collard greens to give it collard greens flavor, that's what we're gonna do for the beans pretty much. Then we're gonna stir it all together. Also, you're gonna put your beans on medium high and wait for them to steam pretty much. Alright, bet. Next for the plantains, we're gonna put some grease in the pot, aka grapeseed oil. Let's go. Pretty much dump as much as you want because we're just gonna deep fry them pretty much. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna put some flour to see if the pan hot enough to put the bananas in there pretty much. So it's gonna keep checking it until it's hot enough. Alright, they're hot enough, so we're gonna put our bananas in there and boom, we're gonna wait for the end result. So this how our plate looking so far. Looks scrumptious. Alright, bet. So as I see the bananas are getting brown, to turn them into plantains pretty much. We gotta wait for them to get fully brown so we can actually eat them in the end. Now we just gonna flip them so we can get them brown on both sides. So flip them one by one and take your time so you don't burn yourself. AKA flip them like T.I. and Tiny and stand on business the whole time. If you know, you know. Alright, so after flipping them, this is how it's gonna look. On the side that was cooking, now we're gonna see how it look on the other side when we start cooking on the other side after flipping them pretty much. Alright, bet. So after cooking both sides, this is how they came out. Our beautiful brown plantains. Look how beautiful they look. Like so delicious, so scrumptious, so well done made by yours truly. I bet this is how the food came out pretty much. And the next thing we is gonna cook next is the rice. Now this is the plate I made pretty much. Those are the plantains right there in the bowl. I got a big old drink, some good old food, and a good old bowl. Now I gotta clean up all these dishes because I used a lot of dishes just to cook this wonderful, amazing, beautiful, sexy old food. So the first thing I'm gonna do for my rice, I'm gonna clean my rice in the drainer. because we don't want dirty rice. If you eat dirty rice, it's pretty much gonna make you sick, and it can mess up your teeth because they have little particles that can pretty much break your whole tooth. Yes, it's crazy, but it is true. Look it up. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna pour some water all up in our pot, and also you is gonna put your pot on high so we can start boiling our rice. So before adding the rice, we're gonna let the pot boil so we can add the rice in there so it can cook faster. And pretty much we're gonna let it steam a little bit. I bet, now that's boiling, we're gonna put our rice in there. And after that, we're gonna stir one good time and only one good time only. Then we're gonna let it boil until we get our surprise that we are looking for, pretty much in the end.
I've been all in my phone, I got options, and I don't wanna tell you to drop it, but I don't wanna play your fair, yeah. Something that makes me look at you too often. Oh, baby, you can give it something. Baby, I can run all the time. Baby, I'm talking crazy. I need you running my space, but I need it, baby. I'm late, but I still can check in with you. I know that I need my friends, but I wouldn't wanna leave. You know, I wouldn't wanna bleed. Even my heart, my mind, and my body. My mind, and my body. My body says my mind, and my heart. My body says I don't know what it is. I can't tell you what it is, but you got me going crazy. Just to you is so amazing. How long can you go, baby? Better last till my body so.
So pretty much the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna put our top and just let it boil for about 10 minutes. Alright, after that we're gonna take the top off. We're gonna see how our rice is looking. It's still forming pretty much from the looks of it. Then we're gonna put our top back on and let it form for about 10 more minutes. And after that we're gonna check on it again, periodically of course. The holes are forming, which is a good thing. Then we're gonna put our top back on it for 10 more minutes and take the top off, and boom, the holes are formed. The holes pretty much give it breathing room to actually form into good rice that we can actually eat and bite down on, that's safe for us to eat. Bam, just like that. Look how good the rice looks. Oh wait, I know you can't see it, but there we go. You can see the holes right there. The holes pretty much means that your rice is doing good and it's almost over, and it's actually almost good to eat. And the reason why I say almost good to eat, because we got to turn the stove off and leave it out for 10 minutes before the top, pretty much. So after that, I stirred my rice, and the next thing we finna do next is to keep stirring it until it gets to where you actually want it to be. It depends on your liking or how you like your rice, pretty much. But that's what I'm finna do next. Then after that, what we're gonna do, we're gonna add some pepper. Put it all over your rice, pretty much. And make sure you get in there real good, real good. You know how I play about my seasonings now. So make sure you, well, salt and pepper, not really a seasoning, but put some salt pretty much all over it and get in there real good. But don't put too much salt because you don't want it salty. Then you're going to put your butter. Make sure you put enough butter to your liking, of course. Then you're going to mix it all together, and that's how it's going to look in the end. Bam, just like that. And that's how you cook some brown rice. Now right here, we got another plate that I wanted to show y'all. Just a little behind the scenes of how the food actually did look without me just cooking it pretty much. I bet the last thing we're gonna do is cook our beef patties. Now this takes a lot of dedication, a lot of work to do. So I do hope you guys are ready for all the hard work we're about to put in these Jamaican beef patties. And also I do want to announce that my new show, HoodSoulzFeast, will be coming to Spotify and Apple Music. Let's go. Alright gang, so the first thing you want to do is get your bowl, get some flour, and pour the flour in your bowl, just like that. Then the next thing you want to do, get some salt, and pour it all over your flour pretty much. I bet after that what we're going to do, we're going to get some spoonfuls of some baking powder, and put a few spoonfuls in our dough. Next we're going to add our sugar, and put a few spoonfuls of sugar pretty much. Then we're going to put our turmeric powder and put a few spoonfuls of turmeric powder to get the dough forming pretty much. Now these are some of the products that I pretty much use that you guys can use. Of course we got our ground turmeric. Next is the sugar. Sweet like candy. Juicy like fruit. Next we got our baking powder. The baking powder, of course. Normal salt, of course. Nothing too crazy, nothing too new. All-purpose flour. Bam, just like that. Now this is how it looks after. Alright, so after that we're gonna put our curry powder. And we're pretty much gonna cover up the whole mixture that we just made with the curry flour. I mean curry powder, my bad. Then what you're gonna do is put some butter in our mixture that we just made. And get a few spoonfuls of butter. Also while we wait, don't forget to please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget my new show, HoodSoulzFeast, will be on Spotify and Apple Music very soon. So after that, what we're going to do, we're going to mix all that together. And we're going to form our dough pretty much. So you do want to mix it to the best ability that you can. You want to make it like pretty much all doughy. And you might want to add more turmeric powder, you know, to make it more orange pretty much. Not for flavor, but for color, because we is making Jamaican beef patty. So pretty much what you're going to do is you're going to keep mixing it together until it keeps forming the dough. Alright, so our dough is formed when it pretty much gets to this color. The color is very golden, yellowy, orangey. Now it's a little bit more orange when I add some more turmeric powder. Now I'm going to pour my water in there. And only a little bit of water. Then we're going to just mix that together as well. But check it out though. What I want y'all to do is keep mixing it into making it into a ball pretty much. Now this is completely optional, but if you do want it more doughy, you can add more flour. So I'm adding more flour to mine, but if you don't want yours to be too doughy, don't add no flour. But this is completely optional. This is up to you, but I'm just doing this for me pretty much because I want it a certain way. And also, again, please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And also, y'all, for real, I want to thank y'all for watching this video. If you did make it this far, thank you for watching this video. I'm very appreciative, and I just want to thank everybody for actually taking the time to learn cooking from me. Just thank you so much, and I can't wait to do more videos just like this, because I do got another one on the way. This is my first video on my YouTube channel, so I hope I did a good job for y'all. I hope y'all love it. I hope y'all love this cooking. I hope y'all love everything about this channel, because this channel is definitely gonna grow, and we about to be in it for a long run, a long time and a good time. Thank you. Also, stay tuned for my new e-cookbook that's gonna be coming soon. Now for the food, we're gonna get back to the food real quick. Let's get right back to it. What you're gonna do, you're gonna keep forming it into a certain like shape. Right now, we're just forming it into a ball, and then we're gonna form it into this right here. Whatever you call this, this is what it's gonna look like pretty much. Now, for the next step, we're gonna put it in our bag, and then we're gonna put our bag in our refrigerator pretty much. Not the freezer, the refrigerator, so we can get it cool pretty much. This is how it's gonna look in the fridge. Yes, just like that. Pretty much we just gonna form it until it gets like that. Next, we're gonna put our hamburger meat in our pot. Now we're gonna get our onions. Bam, just like that. We're gonna put it in our water so it don't blur our eyes out, or burn our eyes out, whatever you wanna call it. Put the onions in some water. Yes, just like that. For sure. We're gonna let it sit for 5 minutes. Then we're gonna cook our hamburger meat. Wait till it get brown. And as y'all know, this hamburger meat forms its own grease, so that's why we don't put grease in our pot when cooking hamburger meat. Alright, so we're gonna drain the water from the onions and put it in our drainer pretty much. Bam, just like that. Then we is gonna continue mixing our meat, aka our hamburger meat. We're gonna keep mixing it till it get brown. Then we're gonna chop our onions up like we in a deli. Slice it up. Bam, just like that. We pretty much gonna drain our meat in our drainer. And make sure you get all the grease out, because that is important. The next thing we're gonna do is season our meat.
Hop in her, throw up the sex in her. And I can put you in.
Then add some curry powder, because that is important for flavor.
I can put you in.
Now we're gonna stir all the meat together.
Hop in her, throw up the sex in her. And I can put you in. City from this balcony. Back in 2019, I was outside freely, but now they got it out for me. I don't care what frat you was.
Next, we're gonna add our onions to our meat.
Pineapple juice, I give a sweet semen. I know what they like, so I just keep cheesing. Hard drive full of heat seeking.
And then pretty much just stir it all together like a little stir fry. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying.
I got plex in the mail peak season. Shout out to my UPS workers, making sure I receive it. You could do it too, believe it. I've been throw up the sex in a and I can put you in.
Then after that, I'm gonna add my soy sauce and make sure I get it all over there. So pretty much what you're gonna do is cover it up, like all around the meat. Then we're gonna stir it up together.
Yes, I am. They say you a superstar, now damn. I guess I am. You might be the man, well, that's unless I am. Okay, I'll confess I am. Go ahead and get undressed, I am. Okay.
I don't want pull no trigger. I just want this.
Next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put my breadcrumbs in my, guess what? Hold on. Guess what? My meat. Pause for show. Then the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna stir all that together. The next thing you want to do is add your lemon juice in your meat. Then add some Parmesan cheese. Then stir that bit together real good. Now the next thing we're gonna do is get half of our meat and put the half of our meat in the blender. Then we're gonna put some water with our meat in the blender. We're gonna put our seasoning packet, which is Goya, in our water pretty much. Make sure you get all of it in there real good. Put that with your meat that's in the blender. And then the next thing what we is going to do, we is going to mash that baby up and blend that baby up and slice it like we in a deli. Well, not slice it, but cut up like we in a deli. Or cut up like that Black Youngster song, if you know what I mean. Alright, bet. So this is how it look after we mashed it all together in the blender. The next thing we finna do, we're gonna add that with the other half of the meat that we left in our pot pretty much. Then we're gonna mix that all together. Then what you're gonna do, you're gonna turn it all off. Turn it off on the stove. And just let it cool by itself pretty much while we work on our other masterpiece. Yeah! So after 30 minutes, we're gonna take our dough out. Then we're gonna get our all-purpose flour. And then the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna put our all-purpose flour all over the dough we just made. We're gonna spread it all around it, and then we're gonna mash the dough down with the flour on it. And make sure you mash it real good Mash it very, 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 very flat with your hand or any machinery that you have in your kitchen. Then sprinkle some more flour. And then sprinkle a little bit more flour. And then spread it. And then mash it with your hand. Make sure it's very, very, very flat. Like flat Stanley, you know what I mean? So pretty much just keep mashing it to the best ability that you can. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna get our knife and split that in half. Alright, bet gang. So the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna roll it more flat to make it more longer and more flatter pretty much. Now I don't got no machine to make it flat, so I am using one of my little spoons that I got in my kitchen to make it more flat. So I'm just gonna roll it like that. You're pretty much gonna roll it until you make it flat enough. Now I couldn't show everything on camera because it is hard to use the camera and do it at the same time, but this is pretty much what I got in the end. Now what I want you to do next is put some butter and spread it all over your dough that you just did. Spread it real good. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Spread it all over it. Spread it like you got a piece of toast. And you can't wait to put some jelly on it.
My new bitch look like Halle Berry, but she don't love me, she too scary. My old bitch front like Jackie Brown. I wanna know if she too down. Will you be my leading lady? I want a contract, girl, no maybe.
The next thing I'm gonna do is spread my Parmesan cheese all over it pretty much. On both of them. And then I want you to spread that as well. Next thing we're gonna do is fold both of them. We're gonna use our spoon as a roller to make it more flat and more longer. I bet the next thing we're gonna do is use our hand to make it more flatter pretty much. Then we're gonna repeat the same process a few times. Put some butter, Parmesan, and you know the rest. Let's go.
I don't know. Leave me here, I'll fuck myself. See me in the mirror, I duck myself. Don't need myself, fuck my wealth.
Tell me what you say now. Tell me what you said. You said that you would come again. You said that we would remain friends, but you know that I do not depend on nothing or no one. So why would you show up so uninvited? Just change my mind like that. Please don't take this personal. But you ain't shit. You weren't special till I made you so. You better act like you know that I've been through worse to you.
We're gonna fold it again. Then the next thing we finna do, put our flour again. Yep. Just like that. Same process again and again and again. We're gonna spread our flour pretty much. Just like that. Alright, then the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna roll it again and again.
Everybody's like he's no item. Please don't like him. He don't wife him. He one night.
And use your hand to flatten it a little bit more.
I should have figured though. All the shit you was spitting so unoriginal.
Then we're gonna fold it again like a little taco burrito type of shell.
Then to tell you the truth, wish we never did it.
Put some more flour on it pretty much. Then spread it like some jelly on some toast. And then roll it. Use your hand to flatten it pretty much. Fold that bed again, put some flour all up on it. And spread the flour on your dough, on both of them. Use your hand to flatten it. Then we're gonna roll it, of course. Alright, y'all, hanging there. We almost done. I know y'all getting tired of doing the same steps over and over. I did say this is one of the hardest parts of making, you know, pretty much anything in this video. This is pretty much the hardest thing, is repeating the same steps over and over again. That's annoying as hell. I know. But just bear with me. It'll be worth it in the end. I promise. Don't trip. HoodSoulzFeast got you. The next thing we're going to do is fold it again for both of them. Then we're going to put it in our Ziploc bag. And then we're going to put it in the fridge for about 30 minutes pretty much. And no, bro, not the freezer. Nothing with the freezer. No. And no, sister, nothing with the freezer. I promise you do not need the freezer. Alright, so now that we're taking it out, we're going to do our next process of the steps. First thing we're going to do is, can you guess? Put more flour on them again. Of course. I'm sorry, but we got to put more flour on them again. Don't worry, we're almost done. We're almost done. Just hold it in there. Then we're going to spread the flour on our dough pretty much. Then use your hands to flatten it again. Next, we're going to use our spoon as a roller to make it more flat again. Then I want you to use your hand and make it more flat as well. And yes, of course, we are repeating the steps over and over again because sometimes you gotta do that to get the good quality of the food. If you want good food, you gotta put the hard work in. I'm sorry, but it's true. The next thing you're gonna do with your dough, you pretty much just gonna flatten it and then make it as big as possible, because making it as big as possible is gonna determine how much meat we're gonna put in the beef patties and how big your beef patties is gonna be. So if I was you, I'd make them things very, very, very big as possible to the best extent I can. Next, we're gonna put one meat on one side and then meat on another side. Then we're gonna fold that together and bam, it's gonna be looking like that. Look how beautiful it look. Then we're gonna cut the little ends off because we're not gonna need the ends. And that's how it's gonna look without the ends on both of them. Wow, it looks so beautiful. Now that one needs more work, so I added more flour on it because I did want it to be a certain way, just like the other ones pretty much. Then after that, you're gonna split them and they're gonna look like sliders a little bit from Hardee's. But they're gonna be tasting better than Hardee's. Not to be cocky, I'm just saying. Now this how all of them look when I split them up and put them by itself. Some of them are messy, but some of them do look better than the other ones. Alright gang, last but least, we're gonna get something to put it in. We're gonna put our foil in there, and then you know what's up. Then we're gonna put our Jamaican beef patties on our foil. Then set your oven to 350 and put them in there. And that's how it's gonna look when it's in there pretty much. Now, we are done with our food, our whole plate, and this is how the plate looking. Our beef patties are done, and that's how the beef patties came out. They came out exquisite. That's how oxtails right there. This is everything on the full plate: the rice, the beans, the pikliz, the beef patties, and the oxtails again. Wow, look how beautiful it look, y'all. That's pretty much how you cook a full Jamaican Haitian dinner, supper, dinner, whatever you want to call it. Dinner, supper, I don't know, but that's pretty much everything in a nutshell. That's everything that came out. I hope y'all enjoyed cooking with the best motherfucking chef in the motherfucking world. And yes, I'm gonna talk my shit. I'm gonna be cocky, because in order to be the best at something, you gotta be cocky and you gotta be confident in what you do. So that's what the fuck I'm doing right now. You heard? That's what I'm doing right now. Also, please like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget, a new cookbook's on the way. And also, I will put the link to the vegan books. You guys can go shop for that. And don't forget, HoodSoulzFeast will officially be on Spotify and Apple Music soon. It will be launching. I am working out a deal on that. Well, not literally, but I'm just trying to shop for the right place to put it on, the right platform, you know, to like launch it through the right distro pretty much. So stay tuned for that. I appreciate y'all for rocking with the kid. It's your boy Amir, and I'm officially tuning out for the video. But stay tuned for my next video. I thank y'all so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Do not forget. I hope y'all enjoyed cooking with me. I hope y'all enjoyed this wonderful masterpiece of food. Thank you. Peace. I'm out. Straight tripping like Tori need to stay in her lane. How you love me? But don't know my name, cuz